Good morning. Winter's in full swing around here, and I've got a lot to do to get settled in. So come along with me for a day in the life in off-grid Alaska. Let's get right into it.
Well, it's definitely been a minute since I've been back here, but I am officially returned at last from my Michigan vacation. I visited family for the holidays, and I obviously got a wonderful new hat. Thank you, Mom. And I got incredibly lucky because it was negative 40 to 60 last week, and yesterday it was 45 above. So like a 90-degree temperature swing within a week, which is nothing new. It happened last year too, but it is really wonderful that I didn't get back during that. But that being said, I am still in my cabin and I really don't want to get the rental again, but it's probably going to get really cold again really soon. The next week looks fine, but after that, it is probably going to tank really hard because that's kind of just the way it goes. We get 15 to 20 range, which it is this morning. It's really lovely outside. And then it dips down to like the deep negatives, and that'll be bad. That'll be really bad. So I have a lot to get done. I've been back a couple days now. Right now it's just after dawn, so 11 in the morning. But yeah, I have a ton to get done. I gotta get more firewood. I gotta put up all the trim in my cabin, actually fully finish the inside, which I've said a billion times. I got a lot to do in the next couple days, so let's get to it, I guess. Michigan is just so flat. It's so wonderful to actually have mountains again. What a sight. And beyond just the mountains, I have got a lovely sunrise as well. Man, it's good to be back. I mean, last year was pretty rough, but I am finally at the spot where I just see this place and I just think, home sweet home. Let's get inside. You know, I considered enjoying this inside, but the sun just came up over the mountains. Oh my goodness, looking right into it, but just the light around here is so wonderful. And beyond it just being way prettier out here, I also don't have any vittles to go with this. So I think a good first order of business is heading into town and stocking up on the 4 main food groups, which are of course bread, bacon, butter, and eggs, because I have not had a decent meal in quite a few days. So I think that would be a solid way to get settled back in.
Man, in the hour or so it took me to clean out my car, the sun is already going back down under the mountains.
We got a long way to go to spring. Man, I hate filming in public. This is the worst thing ever. I hate it so much. Maybe I'll get something from the Russian section. Just live a little. What I wouldn't give for like a 6-pound slab of Russian salami. Never mind, that's Hungarian salami for $38. No thanks. One day. Coffee flavored gingerbread. That sounds pretty good. Let's go for it. I wish I'd gotten my initial reaction to these. These are great. So good. Go buy random Russian food from somewhere. I recommend it. All right, today is the big day for getting stuff done. It's about 9:30 in the morning. I need to go to Fairbanks today, which is about 110 miles, give or take, because I need lumber. Well, not lumber, I need a tiny piece of tongue and groove for that little corner there, which I never finished, and then I need trim. Well, I mean, it's not trim. You can get a bundle of 1x3s at Home Depot. I'm gonna grab one of those. Then after that, I need to contact someone about getting a cord or so of wood because I am getting pretty low. And it would certainly be easier to go back to the rental, but the rental is $200 a month, and then it's usually like another $200 just for like heating fuel for the month. It's really inefficient system, and I mean, it would be much cheaper to just get a cord of wood for $300. Meet up with Ian and Jacob. We're doing a shop day today. Maybe poke around, find some things to do in town. I'm just ready for a road trip, really. I need to do some driving. Let's get on the road.
Fortunately for me, it's been really warm lately, so what little ice was on the road, it thawed some, making for an easy, beautiful morning drive to Fairbanks.
All right, found the trim I need, which is this pile on the bottom. Then I have my tongue and groove on top, making progress.
I got most of what I needed with a gift card, so I really didn't have to spend much of anything, which was good because with the power of Facebook Marketplace, Ian found a guy who was selling some super cheap firewood. So early the next morning, we decided to put Ian's truck to the test and pick some up.
Look at the tire. I don't know if I made a mistake on how much we put in there or not.
I was telling you, there's it'll probably be quite a lot if we're just filling it to the top.
You know, but no risk, no reward.
Absolutely. Unless you crash and die on tenderfoot.
I'll be fine. I just need to put more air in that tire because they're running way lower PSI than normal because it was like running empty most of the year, so it was helping it grip. But that one got. I just need to air it up a little bit more.
Right.
Because that can take. Those are reading for like 80 PSI. So I don't know. I'm not too worried.
Gulp.
Gulp. I should have gotten should have just bought a semi.
Ian, I know I already told you, but thanks again for helping me with all this wood. You're a real one, Chief. But once the wood had been unloaded and Ian headed out, I still had a ton of cutting and stacking to do. But the weather was just perfect and some good solid work was exactly what I needed. Once it got a bit too dark to work outside, I moved inside to put up the trim and the last bit of the tongue and groove. I'm gonna be real with you guys, my voice, I literally can't hardly talk anymore, so I'm not giving any more commentary. I mean, literally, listen to me. This is getting ridiculous. I need like a lozenge or something. And I think that's about all I need to get done today, because I just remembered I hate filming construction projects. I'm also feeling very ill, if you couldn't tell. I'm sure this will be apparent when I do the voiceovers for all the rest of the stuff that needs voiceovers, because I have yet to do them. But I think I've had a pretty productive couple days, and I am more than settled back in. You know, I've gotten to the point where when I go home to Michigan to visit people, I mean, it's always great to be back. I love seeing everyone, I love being back home, but it's becoming less home every time I see it again. I had a good childhood there, but all the nostalgia that could be drained from that place, I've done it. I've seen everything I need to see again and again and again, and I just don't need to see any more of it. I am at the place where I get back here and this feels like home. And that's a pretty cool thing to be, because that's a pretty recent development. Sorry if the audio is a little rough on this video. I don't usually record with one of these on, so I'm trying that out and finding what orientations work and which ones don't. So if there's any discrepancies, my apologies. I think that's gonna just about do it for this week. I think I'm going to go read a little bit, get some sleep, and enjoy a beautiful sunrise in the morning, like I do every day, because that is what I live for. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Happy New Year's, and until next time, toil for your food. You have a good night.